Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca. As always, I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much, and let's just get started. In today's video, we're gonna talk about healthy habits versus unhealthy habits. There are so many habits that I have had or I currently have. When I kind of wrote my habits down that I used to have, it was very eye-opening that I developed a lot of unhealthy habits without even knowing it. So we're just gonna go through a few of mine, my personal unhealthy habits versus healthy habits, and if you guys can relate to that, then I hope this video helps you, and I hope you kind of find the strength to get out of those unhealthy habits or to preach about your healthy habits and to be proud of those healthy habits and making a change within your body and for yourself. So one of my biggest habits, I would say about 5 years ago, was I was addicted to caffeine. And I know that a lot of fitness gurus and a lot of people in the fitness industry, they really promote caffeine and they really promote pre-workout and all that. I personally, I don't like it. I didn't like how it made me feel. Let me rewind. I liked how it made me feel in my workout. Did it give me the pump that I needed to get through my workout? Yes, absolutely. And that's kind of where I started justifying it as being okay for my body, because it gave me the pump that I needed to work out harder and to be better in my workouts and feel stronger. But what it didn't give me that sustainable energy. It, like every pre-workout or everything, it's gonna give you a crash later on. And when I tell you that a caffeine crash is the worst crash ever, just mark my words, it is awful. So I personally, again, everyone's different in their own journey, everyone's different in their own lives. I personally don't like caffeine anymore. I don't like caffeine in the form of pre-workouts anymore. I personally think that those are pretty dangerous. They can be. I get that people have it a lot harder when it comes to being addicted to something, but caffeine is definitely an addiction, and it's very, very hard to stop once you kind of start. So I don't believe in pre-workouts. I don't believe in caffeine to that extent. Do I have green tea from time to time? Yes, absolutely. I love my green tea. Coffee, I don't really crave it. If I do, I have decaf. But yeah, so unhealthy habit number one would definitely be too much caffeine. And now like I said, I have my green tea. If you guys are coming off of caffeine, or if you're having caffeine withdrawals, or you're trying to quit caffeine for whatever reason, yes, the headaches are horrible. I know, I feel you on that. But I promise you it's worth it. I promise you you'll feel so much better. Another unhealthy habit of mine, overtraining. I don't know if anyone knows that word, but it is a word and it is a thing and it is very real. Overtraining for me, it was a few years ago, before I was even a trainer, so a long time ago, I tended to overtrain. I got so wrapped up in my fitness goals that I forgot to take a break. And that's why in my previous videos and stuff, I always tell you guys, I always talk about overtraining, and I always say the same thing. If your body is telling you to rest, take a break. I was doing years and years of overtraining, meaning if I went to dinner, I would count my calories on the menu. Then I would go to the gym right after, get on a treadmill until that treadmill said the exact calories that I had at dinner. That is not okay. That is not healthy for anyone to do that. Overtraining is a very serious thing, and I hope to never, ever, 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 ever get back to that again. It was a really hard part in my journey because it was really hard. Like the doctor was telling me, you need rest, you need to sleep, you need to eat more, you need to not spend so much time at the gym, you need to drink more water, all this stuff. And I just kept hearing all this stuff from the doctor, and it's like, I'm okay. I'm a trainer. I can do that. I'm into the whole fitness thing. I can work out. I can work out for several hours a day and be perfectly fine. So why am I so exhausted all the time? But after seeing multiple doctors and getting a few tests done and all that, what overtraining did to my body was raise my cortisol. My cortisol became really, really high, which if any of you guys know about cortisol, if it's too high, then it kind of basically makes it impossible to lose weight. And working out is a stress on the body. And the more stress, like your cortisol is your stress hormone. So if that's out of whack, then all your hormones are out of whack. So like all your hormones are all over the place if your cortisol's messed up. So after years and years of like kind of being okay with not being at the gym for 3 hours at a time, or being okay with taking a couple of rest days here and there, I finally feel like I'm getting back to like where I'm supposed to be. So unhealthy habit, overtraining. Healthy habit, not overtraining any longer. So the next unhealthy habit of mine that is probably my weakest one is comparing myself to others. Sometimes it's just so hard to overcome the comparison. It's so hard to not get wrapped up in thinking that everyone at the gym or on social media or on the internet has everything together in their lives. It's so hard not to think that, because that's what we see. That's what the eye sees, and that's what we automatically are, I guess, triggered to think. So I guess to make that unhealthy habit a healthy habit is for every time that I go to the gym, I step into the gym and I immediately think, okay, this is gonna be a confident workout. I'm here for myself and only myself, and so I need to focus on that. And it becomes this thing, this new attitude of me being more positive about where I'm at in my journey and how everyone is at a different spot in their journey and everyone has a different journey. And I need to be okay with that, and I need to be okay with, sometimes not getting through an entire workout because I'm tired, or sometimes not having energy to do a workout at all, or not eating the healthiest all the time, or having a cheat day from time to time. I need to be okay with those things. And with being okay with myself and being okay with those things, it helps me to not compare to others and what it seems that they have that I may not have. One of the more common unhealthy habits that people don't like to talk about is toxic relationships. This could be a toxic relationship including, being with a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whoever your partner may be, a friendship, a coworker, a family member. This could be any type of relationship that is toxic. And for me and myself, I was in a toxic relationship with an ex-boyfriend, and I got to the point where I had zero energy. I didn't want to work out. I wanted to stay home 24/7, and it became such a terrible influence on my life that I started to take it out on not only fitness, but I started to take it out in my everyday life and towards my family. I became this person that I didn't even recognize anymore. I was always the therapist in our little group of girls. I was always the one giving relationship advice and telling my best friends who they should and shouldn't date. And within time, I developed this lack of love for myself. I didn't have that anymore. I didn't recognize myself, and it became such a toxic thing. And then I realized that it was my relationship that I was in at the time that made me a person that I didn't recognize and made me a person that I didn't want to be, but I didn't know how to get out of it. I will say that habits are habits for a reason, and that reason is that they are very, very hard to break if they are unhealthy habits. They can be so difficult to break or to change, and sometimes you don't realize that you're getting into those unhealthy habits until it's 10 times harder to get out of them. So today I just kind of wanted to go through some of those. I really, truly hope this video helps you if you can relate to any of these unhealthy habits, helps you and motivates you to get out of those unhealthy habits and to make a difference.